Good evening. Welcome to Opinion Matterz. Your opinion matters, so you're welcome to leave your thoughts, also join in with the discussions that we have. So on my show for the first time is Naseem. He's one of the hosts for the official Arsenal Supporters Club in Cape Town. Naseem, welcome to Opinion Matterz for the very, very first time.
Hey, thanks for having me. Really excited being here, and yeah, thanks for the invite. It's really appreciated.
The last time here, Leonard Kleinrecht. I hope, and I'm glad to see it's no longer Monica.
Hi there, gents. I've still got a bit of a problem on my side. I can hear you guys, but I can't see you.
You can't see us.
You're having a mare, mate. You're having a mare.
We can see you, Lenny. We can see you.
But I can't see you. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
All right, you can excuse yourself and then we can come back in.
Okay, I'll try again.
Then you can see what happens there.
Okay.
All right. And of course, the Enforcer. Good evening, Mr. Enforcer. I hear it's very cold in Newcastle. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Yes, it's nice to be here. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, all the Geordies are cold, but I'm not. I've got Scottish blood, so you know it's.
Yeah, I can see the red beard. You don't have the hair, so I can see the beard.
Here he is.
Lenny, are you okay? Can you see us?
Now I can see you. Now I can see you.
Great stuff. All right, people, subscribe to Opinion Matterz. Also, hit the likes, sort of smash the subscribe, ring the bell that you can get all the notifications. And remember, your opinion matters. I'm excited, guys. Let's get into it now. We didn't have a show the last week, and we also didn't have a show the previous week. Yeah, no, we did. No. It was myself and Warren and Des. Now, let's just touch on the Arsenal Southampton game. So I didn't see any chatter about any show on this. So Naseem, for the first time that you are on the show, let's just talk about that game quickly. Your thoughts? How was that game? It's not 2 weeks ago.
The Southampton game, that was not the other
last
night.
Week, sorry, it was last week.
Geez, I'm trying to remember the game.
So you're excited about the game that came after then that game?
I'm trying to remember the Southampton game. I can't remember it.
We won 3-0.
Yeah, we won 3-0. Jeez. I'm trying to remember what happened in the game. Yeah, you can. Please remind me. I know Smith Rowe scored, probably.
No.
He wasn't playing.
He wasn't even playing. Oh, shit.
No. It was Odegaard scored.
Odegaard scored, and Gabriel scored.
And
who's the other one, Lenny? Oh, so long ago.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like Naseem. I'm throwing a blank on this game
I'm
too.
trying to think what happened in that game.
Oh, we're hardcore Arsenal supporters. We can't even remember who scored.
I'm throwing. Wow. Yo,
Nonetheless,
look, I can see Gabriel's goal, the header. Yes, that I see.
Yeah.
Odegaard. Yes.
Odegaard was a free kick, wasn't it? Odegaard was a free
Yeah.
kick, was it not?
No.
No.
okay, let's not ponder about that. It will come back to it will come back to us. Let's talk about Wednesday night's game.
Yeah, this game I
2-0.
remember.
That is still fresh.
2 nights
That is
ago.
still fresh. So let's try again, Naseem. 2-0.
2-0. The West Ham game, I mean, I think it could have been more than 2-0. I mean, even with the penalty, I think we could have scored 5 maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
There was a couple of chances. We started, we played very well. I think the press was nice from the start. There was urgency, there was passion, there was desire, stuff that you don't really link Arsenal with for a very long time. And yeah, it died off towards the end of the game, but I think that was just fatigue kicking in. But all in all, pleased with the result, pleased with the performance. I think one of our better performances for the season. I mean, we went up against the West Ham side. It's been really over-delivering this season, but they're still a good side with some good players. And yeah, nothing real negative I can say. Obviously, there is some things we can do a lot better, but all in all, very good performance for the whole 90
Yeah, great
minutes.
stuff. Do you guys think it was a real penalty?
No, I think
No.
I'll go on this one. I think he what it was, the lad got the ball, but slid off the top of the ball, and his follow through looked a lot worse than what it actually was. And to be fair, I think Laka oversold it.
Yeah. All right. And other thought regarding the rest of the game, since you are talking.
Right. Okay.
Can you?
Right. Okay. I've got a few things to say about this. Okay. Cool. To be honest, Martinelli's goal was amazing. We're talking Thierry Henry in style. The kid's got potential. I think he just needs to learn how to slow down a bit as well, because he's always 100%. Yeah. So if he slowed down as well, like Thierry Henry used to slow the game down if he needed to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would be the total package. I've got to say, I don't know how Xhaka is getting on the pitch instead of Lokonga. I don't know how that works. Partey had a good game for once. Well done, Partey. I'll give you a round of applause just for once. What else? Oh yeah.
Well, you are a hater when it comes to Partey.
Yeah, I am. I'll stand up to be counted. I don't care. I just don't rate the man. I want to say one thing about Odegaard as well. He's had some haters lately, and it annoys me because he scored 3 and 3, and you all know I'm pro Odegaard. He scored 3 and 3, okay? And if you watch him, he always leads the press. He's always there or thereabouts with the pressing. And he does deft little passes that people don't take any notice of. Do you know what I mean? And it annoys me. But as a result, great result. But after what me and my twin brother Lenny said after the Everton game, that I'm Arteta out now, which I am. I'm sticking by because I've had enough. I'm not getting excited about things anymore.
This is what I'm going to give you a red card.
Fair enough. I'm not leaving, but I'm not leaving the pitch. So that's right. But let me explain why I'm not getting excited. Like we've beat Southampton. You know, there's a good chance we're going to beat Leeds. The next test for us is going to be Man City. But I'm taking each game as it comes. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. Because there's no point getting your hopes up at the moment. And I can't believe, just quickly, I cannot believe how we've gone from 20th to suddenly being in 4th. And everybody's saying, oh, we'll get 4th this season. We're only halfway through. We're only halfway through. You can't. Oh, mate, if we all had crystal balls, would be amazing.
So I can answer your question. How did we get from 20 to 4th? Because Arteta helped us to get there. So how can you be Arteta out?
Do you want to go to my twin brother Lenny? Because I don't want to answer that
question. To help this out, this has been an unpredictable season. You've got a team down in the gutters one week, and the next week they come and they play a team and they rip the team apart, and then they've got 2 straight runs and then they go down again, and it's not just one team; it is all the teams. All the teams. Those fans that always makes a lot of noise, going on about sorry, Man United. They were title contenders, and they're sitting eating dust now because Arsenal's kicking dust in their face. So, not said about them. So,
where's Quinton?
So yeah, that has basically been helping Arteta, because even Tuchel coming out now and talking about the Chelsea team that is actually not performing. So you never know. On the day, it's on the day.
Glenwyn, I have got an answer to your question.
Yeah.
Was it Arteta, or was it results went Arteta's way to make it look like it's Arteta?
No, I don't. Look, I'm never an Arteta out guy. Look, I will criticize him where he's gone wrong, but I'll also give him his due where he's obviously done well, and so far he's done well. With the Everton game, you obviously could say that you messed up. So the whole team in that game were to blame. But you know what? He came back and he bounced back, and now we on a second win after. But now, just to go back to the West Ham situation. Now, West Ham, this is only a couple of. Sorry, that's the wrong one. West Ham, only a couple of games against the top teams, and so far they've done very well against the top teams. Against Leicester they won 4-1, against Tottenham they beat 1-0, City they drew in the Carabao Cup, Liverpool they beat, as you know, 3-2, they beat Chelsea 3-2, we beat them 2-0, and on the flip side, losing to Man United in the Premier League, and they go back there and they win 1-0. So they had a pretty good run. So at the point where we won them 2-0 on Wednesday, I would say we did pretty well against our so-called contenders for the top 4. So in terms of West Ham, do you think they can come for us again? The Naseem.
It depends on how. They're in a bad patch now. I think it's no win in 5 or no win in 4. So
one win in 6 games,
yeah, and it just depends on how they bounce back. Look, like I said, they overachieving in my opinion.
Like I said, Lacazette scored the other goal in the Southampton game. There you go.
Oh yeah. That's the. Was that that's the goal that we played out all the way from the back, eh?
Yeah, it's got the first goal.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that goal. Okay, but back onto West Ham. I don't know. I think West Ham is top 6, top 8, maybe top 4. I don't know. I think between us, the lot down the road, and United, I think we better teams than what West Ham is. And I suspect that one of those 3 clubs would to take 4th place.
All right.
West Ham would do well getting 6th.
So I think they ended last year. They ended 6th as well.
Yeah,
that's why they're in the Europa.
Yeah, and they've got Europe. They're still in there, so and they don't have the
Yeah,
squad depth. I mean, they had quite a few players missing the other night as well. So
yeah,
it's already starting to show. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't really worry too much about them.
All right, cool. Let's go to the talk of the town, really. Anyone that can start, you can go. Anyone that
I
wanna
called
say?
this. I think I called this about 2 weeks ago. Not that he, not that he should be dumped from the squad completely, but I think the patience ran out with him.
Yes.
He's had 1.5 bad seasons. No, he doesn't look like that there's any sort of form kicking in,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that with Arteta taking the captaincy away, it's just not what happened on Friday. I think there's a lot more to it than just that. I mean, the two incidents we know that's been made public was the one at the Spurs game that he was late
Yeah.
for, and then Friday's practice. But I mean, just to take the armband away just for those two, I don't buy that. I think there's a lot more
There's
to
a
it,
lot more than that. Yeah.
and yeah, I think it's kicking him out of the squad. That is a bit bold. I thought you'd at least be on the bench, but yeah, armband away from him is probably a good idea. It just depends on who gets it now. And but I'm as much as I love Aubameyang and what he's done for the club, Arsenal's still bigger than him. So if he's
Yeah,
not
no,
performing,
like, look,
he's not performing,
I don't
then he
know.
has to go.
What's your name again? The Enforcer. Do you think that it happened the same with Xhaka? When Xhaka was stripped from the captaincy, he also didn't play a couple of games thereafter.
Yeah, but I think this is different. I do to the Xhaka situation. Xhaka's made his feelings public, didn't he? Where
Yeah.
Orba hasn't, and Arteta doesn't want to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's different. I think something's gone on, possibly in the training pitch or something. There's been a massive blow up. But we're sitting here speculating, aren't we?
Yeah.
Until it comes out, we're not going to know. But I said this before the show, when we have a bit of a chat before the show. I genuinely think there's a good chance that Orba won't play for Arsenal again. I mean, I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I'll put my hand up. But I genuinely think that Orba won't play for Arsenal again. And just a quick little side note: do you know why Arteta gave Laka the armband?
Yep.
Because he had Laka options. He had Laka options. It's in. Come on.
Guys,
Laka was, to be honest, Laka wasn't a bad. Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
Yes.
But you can't see myself.
Laka wasn't a bad choice, maybe until the end of the season. But I think we need a new captain next season, possibly.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to my view there, but as long as you can hear me quickly, that's actually a good joke. He had a lack of options. But now, if you look at this, who's it going to be between these five? Apparently, these are the five guys that are in contention for the armband. Like you said, I agree with you. Laka will probably go up until the end of the season, but we need a permanent captain. So, who do you think is going to be the next one?
Gabriel and Ramsdale, between the two of them, captain, vice captain. There. Captain can be either one. Vice captain can be either one.
There was a post yesterday about Gabriel might not get it because of the language factor. That is the only thing that might stand in his way because he can't speak English that well. So that unfortunate thing, I'm not sure if that's going to be the reason for him not getting the captaincy. But that's a big thing because you need to be able to communicate on the pitch and also with the fellow teammates.
I kind of don't buy that because if you see him on TV, he's vocal, so I'm sure they understand what he's saying. So he's been vocal on the pitch. So I don't get it. So.
Okay.
He's one of those players that's shouting, and maybe not as much as Ramsdale, but he's also doing things, eh?
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not sure what's happening with my feed, or rather my picture. My camera is on everything. I'm trying to set it properly, but nonetheless, so I've got this, which is at the moment he's gonna be the guy, in my opinion, for the next couple of games. But
there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons for whoever is picked as captain. So, for example, Naseem has said Ramsdale. Yeah, I don't think your captain should be your goalkeeper. That's just my thought on it. There may be a language problem with Gabriel. Okay, Tierney is sick note, so he a great player, but he gets injured easy. So for me, it's between. Well, you've got a few people you could pick. I mean, Odegaard would be a good captain. Who's the other one? Lokonga, who's been captain for the teams he's been in. Or I would probably go for Ben White. The only reason I say your goalkeeper can't be captain is because your goalkeeper controls the back four. He can't exactly shout things. He can't exactly shout.
I hear a lot of chatter about. Before I go, I say that Lenny, what is your choice of what would you have seen as a captain between those five?
I'm first gonna backtrack because I didn't get the Aubameyang conversation, so I will backtrack quickly.
Okay. Sorry.
I've mentioned midweek. It's a trait of Aubameyang to behave like this. He did it at Leverkusen. Performance, not pitching for training and going on, and eventually Arsenal signed him. So this week, if you put it together, he didn't pitch again. He was in Spain for a tattoo. That's what we heard. A couple of days later, Xavi comes out with interest in Abo. So for me, on that, it's just coincidence. So he's done for. He's done for at Arsenal because all African players have to report to their country by the 27th of December for the AFCON. So Uber playing again this season is not going to happen again. On the Lacazette issue as being captain, it's also all part of a plot, if I can put it that way.
To sign another extension.
Bearing in mind it's his last season, so give him the armband. Maybe it will soften up a contract extension, So that's why I believe he's got the captaincy there.
Possibility.
If end of season Malacca goes, I would say it would be between Ben White. Benjamin, he don't like Benjamin White, Gabriel, and I'll even go Ramsdale between the three of them for a new captain.
Based on what you said about Oba being a naughty boy, now Tuchel came out and said something about their time together at Dortmund. I will at some point, but I don't want also to disturb. The question that they asked was, what is his thoughts about this whole situation with Oba? So I don't want to disturb. I think that he was a very important player for me. We had a very close relationship until today. When we meet, it's still always very, very nice. And I can only say the best things about Oba as a player and as a person. I feel sorry for him that he's in trouble. This is not where he should be with his kind of quality and the positive character that he has. And I still believe in this, but I'm not involved. I'm not involved in what's going on in this club now. And for this, I want always respect and not be involved and judge what is right and wrong. I just have my picture, my relationship with Oba, and this is not affected by that. So for a manager of his stature to come out and say, basically what he's doing, he's backing Oba's allegations in terms of being a naughty boy. According to him, Oba's been a good boy. So I don't know. There's a lot of controversy regards to
read between the lines, Glenn.
Eh?
Read between the lines.
Yeah,
So
no,
he's basically saying that is uber straight. That is how he performs if he wants to leave.
Yeah,
that is how he goes on.
There's a lot of things concerning that, but sorry, Des.
I was going to say also, Lenny, yeah, does it not also, it's how the fans, as a fan, how you feel about Orba. So there's a lot of fans who love Orba. There are fans that are getting annoyed with Orba. You know what I mean? We made him sign the thing, and we're not getting what we expect from him. Do you know what I mean? So it also comes down to how the fans feel about Orba in the respect of those that absolutely love him and those that are going off him. Do you know what I mean?
Now, if you look at this face, Naseem, and what you heard, what Tuchel said, can you agree to what he said? That's a sad
he
face.
didn't say much. The thing is, Aubameyang, something, I don't know, maybe he just doesn't want to be in London anymore, or Xavi was whispering in his ear while he was in Spain, because obviously we all knew that Aguero was retiring, so Barcelona needs a striker. And could be the thing. I mean, the Aguero thing has been coming for a while. I remember vaguely hearing that Barcelona is interested in him. So that could have started the whole spiral down, and he wants to get out. And look, if Barcelona is willing to spend money on him and pay us for him, then let him go. I mean,
I think Barca would be a good move for him.
We can still get quite good money for him.
Yeah, I say go and keep his cards.
Yeah. Take his Ferrari, take his Lamborghini with him. You know.
Yeah, no, we can keep it. We keep it at the Emirates. He can go. You leave his cards behind.
Make it a statue in front there next to.
With him, I just hope that it doesn't become a Mesut Ozil situation where we're paying a guy what we're paying about 350, 400,000 a week.
300 a week, yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah, and not playing and having to pay that wages every week. I just hope that doesn't happen, and let him run down his contract. He's got another 2 years on his contract.
Yeah.
So this season and another 2 years. It's ridiculous, yeah. So,
and if he's not happy now, he's not going to be happy in 2 years, is he?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You know.
Yeah. So
I think
I just hope. Yeah, for him and for Arsenal, I think the best thing would be probably to part ways, and also part ways where there's still fans that still loves him and appreciate him. Look, I've got nothing against the guy.
True.
I just feel that his performances hasn't been up to standard, and his goal return shows it. I mean, I think Emil Smith-Rowe's got more goals than him.
And also Martinelli scored 2 now. That's 50% of what he scored for the season so far.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah. I
Just
think,
before we go on to our next segment now, there's a lot of chatter about him being the next captain. So Tierney being the next captain, to me, it's pretty much, I don't know. He's probably a good candidate, but he's more off the field than on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, before all the injuries, it'll probably be the first choice, huh? If he was a regular.
Cool.
Yeah, I would say so.
Let's park that, because that's a very negative subject, Oba. It's very, very negative. Let's just park that for now. Now let's check on our December fixtures that is ahead of us and that is past us. So we played Everton, we lost 2-1. Then we played Southampton, we won 3-0. And let me tell you, it was in this the ranks. First goal was Lacazette, second goal was Odegaard, the Viking, and then third goal it was Gabriel Magalhaes. That is the Southampton game. Just for your information, by the way. And then Arsenal played West Ham 2-0 on Wednesday night. So our next game is tomorrow at Leeds. So far, we are the only team together with Liverpool, Tottenham, and I think the Brighton game that are showing tomorrow. That's as far as I can remember.
There's only 2 tomorrow.
Excuse me?
There's only 2 matches tomorrow.
Yes, there's only 2 matches, which we are the last one. So that is the Leeds game. So let us look at the 2 Brazilians that has really come onto the scene in EPL, especially now the latecomer is Martinelli and our team. Out of the 2, obviously the one is older and more experienced than the other, but I think there's a good fight between the 2 Brazilians to become the best player of the game tomorrow. What is your thoughts on that?
Shall I go?
Yeah.
Right, you can go.
Okay, so Leeds, as far as what's coming on the news for us in this country is Leeds only have 11 fit players.
They've got 9 players fit.
Is it 9 now? It was 11. The other day it was 11. So they've got problems. But
that's senior players, right? Senior players.
Yeah. I must admit, Rafinha is their danger man, really. But Martinelli, he should be confident after scoring that goal the other day. So it's going to be a good competition between the 2 of them. But I would say that Rafinha is Leeds' danger man for that game. And hopefully with Gabriel will cut him out the game like he did to Antonio at West Ham. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you can't say it's a nailed on 3 points, but I think we've got a good chance of getting 3 points from that game.
It's going to be a tough ask, eh? Lenny, it's going to be tough to go to Elland Road and get the 3 points. It's possible, but it's going to be tough, especially knowing that they're going to have a totally different team that we played in the Carabao Cup the last time.
Yeah, you see, for me, I do believe that teams have their ups and then they normally go into their slump. You know, with all these injuries that Leeds got, they're not in a slump, they're in a dump, if you can put it that way. So they've got one player that they're depending on. It's not going to help them, you know. So they might pray for a COVID extension where they shut down the EPL, you know, for a week or 2, you know, just to get players back. But they're in for a slaughter. The Gunners are going to slaughter them. That's one thing for sure.
You're going to gun them down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's going to be fit though, because he's also picking up a couple of injuries now of late. Naseem, should he be fit? Do you think?
Martinelli?
No. I'm talking about
Rafinha.
Rafinha.
He's going to be the thorn in our nest. Who do you think must be employed to keep him out of the game? Because if you keep him out of the game, I think the only other guy is Harrison, and I think Harrison is one of the guys that's not going to be in, and Calvin Phillips. There's the other 2. Those are the 2 players that are really impact players in the lead squad. So who are we employing to keep hold of Rafinha? He's all over the pitch.
Yeah,
I think it'll be Gabriel. I really do.
I was going to say it's between Gabriel and Ben White. I think they're good enough to keep him quiet.
He's a left-footed player, so he will come from the right-hand side, right?
Yeah. So and Phillips, not too worried about him. I think Tierney or Tavares, whoever plays, can keep him quiet.
I think it's going to be a good fight because they're playing directly against each other on the same side. Because Martinelli is he's probably going to change tomorrow, going through the middle. But if you're going to play on the left-hand side, and it's ironic, as you could see there, they're on the same side of the pitch on this picture, is that they can also, especially if he does again what he did on Wednesday night, track back and take some balls off some guy's feet, he will fight against his countryman to say, but look, you know what? I'm younger than you, and I'm going to be the best guy of the two. So it's interesting to see how that game is going to pan out. I hope the game is going to continue, though. We're going to come back to the prediction of that game. Then I am looking at out of this, who's going to start the game? The first team players is the goal, and the second team players is the smaller guys.
I think probably the same side that played in the week, but Martinelli might be replaced by ESR. I think so.
Okay, so it's fair to say it's Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tierney, Odegaard, Partey, Xhaka, Saka, Laka, Kaka.
Yeah. And you got to remember that there's Carabao Cup in the week, so yeah. So Martinelli will definitely play up the middle, probably in that game. I just wish that. I hope and I wish that Arteta doesn't bring Eddie Nketiah on again. I mean, he doesn't want to sign a contract, so in my books, he's done with Arsenal. So why is he getting minutes when you could give that minutes to somebody like Balogun? I mean, if there's a criticism of Arteta over the last 2 games, that's it. Why is Eddie Nketiah getting game time when he doesn't want to be at the club? And you got this promising youngster that needs to get some minutes under his belt and build some confidence in the Premier League. Bring that boy on. And it just baffles me that it's just not Arteta, but previous managers as well. Players that they know that wants to leave, they still give them game time. Let he go rot in the 23s.
So
he's going to go for a free. So
Naseem, I will give Arteta a red card just for that.
Then when we have to have Naseem on more often, he talks more sense. You know what? He is totally right. He's totally right. Eddie Nketiah doesn't want to put the shirt on. Go and play for Norwich or something. Do you know what I mean? Just get out of the club. If you're not happy with the club, you're not bigger than the club. If you're not happy with the club, get out of the club. Simple as that.
And here's the other thing. I mean, sorry, Enforcer. I'm enforcing my. I mean, if you look at him and you look at Aubameyang, I mean, let's say Aubameyang also doesn't want to be at the club because of his behavior. You'd rather give Aubameyang more minutes than you'd give Nketiah, because Nketiah has done nothing. I mean, yes, he's scored a couple of goals here and there, but he hasn't proven himself. And in my books, I don't even think he's good enough for Arsenal. I don't even know why they offered him a new contract. I wouldn't have given him a new contract. I don't think he will make it, Jebas. He's just one of those youngsters that showed all the promise in the under 23s and through his junior days, but I just don't see him cutting it in the first team.
I agree.
Not good enough at all.
You should have gone to a championship team for a loan, at least for a season and 2. Get some more game time there and see it from there. What about Pepe?
Sell him. You said be straight to the. Did you not say be straight to the point tonight? Didn't you? You said be straight to the point. Sell him. That's it. End of conversation.
Yep. Agreed. Take the knock. You're probably going to get 25-30 million for him.
Yeah.
Take the knock. Sell him. Get it over and done with.
Let him go.
And because whenever Pepe's on the pitch, the game slows down to snail's pace.
Yeah,
true.
And
true.
So here's something. I mean, after watching the West Ham game, and here's something that I thought of that could happen. Let's say Laka doesn't want a new contract, and Aubameyang leaves. I think we can do the same thing Man City does, and keep Martinelli on the left and play ESR as a false number 9.
Yep.
Like City does, and we don't need an out-and-out striker. And I look at Martinelli, and he's had his chances through the middle, but he's been more effective when he's on the left.
Coming from the
I was
left.
going to say
And
that.
I
I was going to say that.
and I just think he can be our right-footed Mo Salah. I mean, geez, he can be Salah on the left for us because
Can I
he
just
scores
say
more
what-
goals there.
It shows how old school I am, right? But can I
Yep.
just say, wasn't Terry Henry better on the left?
When he comes
believe
in
he
from the
was,
left,
wasn't
he
he?
was better.
Exactly.
He wasn't effective from the middle. He wasn't effective from the middle.
No, he's better on the left. So again, that seems talking a lot of sense. He's making it. He's super intelligent, this lad's. Nah, I'm going to be swatted up for the next show. That's it.
But yeah, I mean that was just my thought. I think that could work in our side. I mean, having Odegaard on the pitch with ESR in the middle, Saka there, Pepe kicked out of the club, and you got Martinelli on the left. I mean, he does better than Pepe does on the left. So
Would you guys have that to leave?
Can I just throw a little spanner in the works?
sure.
Right, my little spanner in the works, right, is the back four. Okay, we have an amazing back four now, whether it's Tierney or Tavares, yeah. But what I will say is this: I love Tomiyasu, but he needs to get forward more. And I think this is just my own thought. I think once he gets used to the Premier League, he will go forward more. But that is the only fault I've got against Tomiyasu, the Bruce Lee of Arsenal.
Yeah,
you know.
Agreed.
And I've got to say as well, when he took that kick to the face and there was a stug mark on his chin, right?
Yeah.
And what the hell did he get sent off? What the hell?
I mean, there wasn't even a yellow card, eh? It was nothing.
No.
It was
Exactly.
Nothing.
And who was the ref in that game? Lenny's friend.
Huh? Come again?
Who was the ref in that game? Your friend.
Oh.
Was it Mike Dean? Was it Mike Dean?
I think so.
Mike Dean. Yeah.
That
Go on, Lenny.
that-
Tell us about Mike Dean, Lenny.
Hey.
Go on, Lenny. Let it out, son. Let it
You know
out.
what freaks me out is that there's a shock interest on this youngster, Mason Greenwood. What?
Nah.
I don't know.
Don't want him.
Why is Arsenal taking? Now they're saying that Arsenal can do the exact same thing that what Van Persie did to Arsenal, that this guy can do to United.
Glenn, anything that comes from United is not good. And I'm going to say it again.
Sylvester.
No, that horror show. No.
but
Greenwood can stay there. And I will say Arteta and Edu is looking, and they're looking hard at Calvin Lewis.
Yes, that's who we need. I tell you now, in January, I'm going to enforce this. Before we go
to Calvin Lewis, let's just continue and complete this Mason Lighty, because they're looking at him purely because of his youngster, and also because he has a very good scoring record. That's purely why they're looking at him.
Right, Quinton can keep him. Quinton, Coach Q, you can keep him, mate. Keep him. In fact, I tell you what, I'll give you another £10 British for you to keep him. Right?
Look,
the only reason is the only reason why they're looking at Calvin Lewin is for those crosses that come in. We've got nobody that rise up and connect, So that's why they are fixated on Calvin Lewin to come to Arsenal. And on top of that, also to add, with the COVID incident that's happening now, no players. I think France is shutting down, so nobody is going in between France and the UK at the moment. So you're going to have to sign. You're going to have to sign indoors. Yeah, in England, you're going to have to sign. So Calvin Lewin, they will definitely go for, than to go look for a play in France or Spain or Italy or wherever. So it's a definite. You can enforce that, yes.
Yeah.
Right,
but
I'm
I do
going to
think that.
enforce. Sorry, Naseem, can I just do this, man? Just give me 1 second, okay?
Go
right.
for it. Go for
I
it.
am, look, arms across, right? I am going to enforce this. I'm going to enforce this. We need Calvert-Lewin for exactly what Lenny, my twin brother, said, right? We need him to get on the end of them crosses. And the thing I want to bring up was on Sky Sports, you know, Jeff Sterling and the lads, they were all talking about Calvert-Lewin and saying, would he work at Arsenal? And Paul Merson lost his temper, right? Because Jeff Sterling said to him, but he's at a good club at Everton. But he said, what? Everton's a better club than Arsenal. If someone came to Calvert-Lewin and said, do you want to come and play for Arsenal? He's going to turn it down. And they went, but he's at a good club at Everton. And as I say, Paul Merson absolutely was just about to let rip. And they changed the subject. You know what I mean? So I agree. Put my teeth back in. I agree with Lenny. We need someone like Calvert-Lewin. Sorry, Naseem. Please go ahead with what you were going to say.
No worries. The only thing I was going to say, I don't think it's going to happen in January, though. This is going to be.
No,
It's going to be. If it happens, it's going to happen in the summer.
Here's the thing. A former player of Arsenal, Joel Campbell, said that he's not going to fit the playing style of Arsenal, not Calvert-Lewin, because not the way as Arsenal's playing now, because Arsenal's playing this type of game. When last have you seen crosses come from the wings in the last few games?
All the time, but all the time. That's how we play. We play down the flanks, cross the ball in, nobody's there.
What game? What team's he watching? Because he's not watching Arsenal.
He's saying that Calvert-Lewin is not going to fit the playing style because his reason is given is because the midfielders are scoring goals and not Joe Campbell. I don't know where are you if you listen.
Campbell used to hit that grass cutter shots, man. He never used to go up. He used to hit the grass cutting shots. That's what Campbell did. So he wouldn't know about going up and connecting the ball, man.
I agree. So
and I think it was it last?
I really want to see him at Arsenal.
I mean, was it last season that there was a time that we were the team that put the most crosses in?
Yes.
I think it was last season, but nobody's there.
Yeah. Did you say Kevin Campbell said this?
No, Joel Campbell.
I was going to say because Kevin Campbell, you know, the legend Kevin Campbell, he wants Calvert-Lewin tomorrow. He'd sign him tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. There was too much Campbell's playing for Arsenal, so you're confused which one it is, but it's Joel Campbell.
All right. Oh, Joe Campbell. Okay.
Joe Campbell can jog on, mate. Joe Campbell can jog on. He don't know what he's talking about. Shut up, Joe, mate.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. But now here's the interesting thing. Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Both of players for Juventus, and both of them are up to go in January. And we need the guy on the left, Arthur, another Brazilian. He is a very, very good CM and also can play a very good defensive midfield. And I mean, if we can get over to go, we can get both of these guys. And I mean, cool. I've done a bit of history research on two of them. Brilliant on the ball, very stable, very, very capable. And also, obviously, I've seen a couple of videos where they've given balls to Ronaldo that is so getting those balls from Partey at this point and Xhaka at this point, I think those two guys are much better suited for the balls to give to our strikers. Have you read up on these guys, or maybe have you seen? And Lenny, I hear you. What you said about coming from outside England, it might not happen, but I'm sure there is protocols that these guys can override to see people coming from another.
Can I throw a name in the hat here?
Yes.
Why don't we go for Declan Rice?
Wow.
West Ham won't let him go. They wouldn't let him go, mate. Even if you went up, if you went in with a silly price, you know what I mean? I guarantee they wouldn't let him go. I guarantee.
They won't. Yeah.
I mean, Naseem, it's a fair shout. It is a fair shout, but they won't let him go, mate.
I mean, I think Declan Rice with Calvert-Lewin and a backup right back, and then I think our team is basically complete.
Totally completed. You know what? I like Declan Rice, and especially on Wednesday night, he was the difference in the middle. Even though we had a good middle against them, but he was the difference in the middle. He put up his body, he gave everything. He stole some balls from our guys. In fact, he stole a ball from Xhaka, and I think that is where
who can't steal a ball from Xhaka?
Anybody can.
I could steal a ball from Xhaka. I could steal a ball from Xhaka. I'm not joking. Come here, Xhaka. Bang, shoulder him, and that's it. Gosh, see you later, son.
You don't have to steal it from. You don't have to steal it from Xhaka. He'll pass to you anyway.
Yeah, just stand 5 yards away from him, and he'll go, "Yeah, mate, have that." You know what I mean?
So Xhaka is Lenny. Remember, we still have that ice bucket challenge regarding Xhaka. You said he's going to have a brilliant season. I said no, he won't. So,
can I ask a question?
You want me to play
Naseem, you said we need a spare right back, yeah? Could we not use Saliba as right back?
No.
You know, I forget that we had that boy belongs to us. We could, but I still would rather have him as backup for Gabriel or White. And
fair enough. I just because right back. I know you've got to think about injuries, but it's like Benjamin White. There you go, Lenny. Yeah. Benjamin White and Gabriel have kind of set in stone, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Unless we get a bad injury.
They're married in that partnership. They're married. They're already.
Yeah. And look, we could probably get away with it if touch wood, that if something happens to Tomiyasu, I mean, Maitland Niles can play a right back. I think Ben White can also play there. So Cedric. For immediate Cedric, I forgot about him. So he's also Cedric, there. But So we're not in dire needs of one. I just would like one where we got with Tierney and Tavares. I mean, it doesn't matter who plays. We're happy with either one. Can also with the right back side of things, and even with Ben White and Gabriel, I mean, we'd probably be a bit worried if one of them are swapped out of the other three. Even our goalkeeper's fine. I mean, I wouldn't be totally heartbroken. Well, obviously heartbroken if something happens to Ramsdale, but it wouldn't be diabolical if Leno comes back in. He's also a very good goalkeeper.
Oh, I've gone off him. I've gone off him. Switch his camera off. I've gone off him. He wants to bring Leno back.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we've got joking. Yeah, we've got. I think our most important thing is a striker. We need somebody that can score goals, and that should be number one on the list, and probably then a centre mid as well, and then
What, to replace Partey? To replace Partey, do you mean?
To replace Partey and Xhaka, both of them.
Thank you. Finally, the Enforcer's got.
Can I just throw something in there? Do you guys realize that we actually forgot that we have a Pablo Mari?
Oh yeah, these also, yeah.
Oh, but he wants to go back.
He wants to leave, right? He wants to leave.
Yeah, he wants to leave.
He wants to go back to Italy.
Yeah. So.
And what's the other Greek boy that's playing in Germany? He's also doing pretty well. Mavropanos. He's doing pretty well in Germany as well.
Lenny, you're just showing off.
He's
Lenny's showing off his name.
And
No, can I
Odegaard-
just say
Odegaard is
something
urgent.
about the right back just quickly? Right? I don't think you've got to worry about a right back, Naseem, right? Because Tomiyasu's never going to get injured. The boy's been kicked in the face. He's been kicked in the face and he still plays. So, I mean, he didn't even ask for a plaster. He didn't even ask
He
for a
grew up
band-aid.
with Bruce Lee.
Get on with
He
it.
grew up with Bruce Lee, so he can't get injured. Yeah. Bruce Lee showed him how to, yes, master. No, master. Yes, master.
And just one more quick thing about Ramsdale.
Guys, we're coming to, yeah.
I'm just going to say there are people saying that even though he's doing great saves, Ramsdale, he's overdoing it. Sort of like, do you know what I mean? He's stretching too far and whatever. Just leave the boy alone.
Yes, we had a goalkeeper. We had a goalkeeper in South Africa. They called him Spider-Man. He played for Kaiser Chiefs, and he
Kaiser
was
Chiefs.
Goalkeeper.
Brian Beloy.
Remember who that is? Brian
Beloy. Yeah.
Very acrobatic.
That reminds me of it. He did the exact same things going here.
Yeah. So I think Cunha is taken off him also.
This is the question that I had. Ramsdale, how many clean sheets did he have? And I think this was the show that I wanted to do last week. Was this going to be the talking point? Now, Ramsdale is very good in keeping clean sheets because he communicates with his defense. Not like...
he's a number 8. Number 8 clean sheet.
Sorry?
He's got 8 clean sheets so far.
8 clean sheets, yeah. And he's on top. He's on top. The top 3 in Europe. Top 3.
Exactly. Yes.
I must apologize because I said, why are you buying this Ramsdale IT? So he showed me wrong. And now he's top 3 in Europe at this stage of the season. So well done to
How was that boy relegated twice?
Sorry?
How was that boy relegated twice? It just shows how bad the teams in front of him were playing. If that boy got relegated twice.
But what I also said, look, Ramsdale is in a massive purple patch right now. And he's going to make a mistake. I just want to see where his head is at when he makes that mistake. If he just bounces back and just gets on with the job, I think then it will show us how really good he is. What mistake?
He made a mistake 2 games ago where he cleared the ball and he cleared the ball to an opponent. I can't remember which game it was. I think it was either the Everton or Man United game, and they almost scored. But he recovered.
No. Okay. I mean, a mistake that costs us a goal, like one of the stupid goalkeeper blunders. And just see where he
like
comes out. Like Fabianski. Like Fabianski or Almunia or somebody.
People around Dhaka that we gave it away.
Yeah. You see, with that, Nazam.
Naseem.
When Ramsdale makes that mistake, when it comes, he's got the backing of the fans that will lift him again. You know, they love him to bits. So when that mistake comes, they're gonna lift him, you know, and obviously his backline will also just build him up again. So next movement for him, England number 1.
Oh, totally.
That's the next move.
Yeah, he's a million times better than that other clown from Everton. What's his name? Jeez. Yeah.
Lenny, how is it, right? Lenny, how is it you can get a Greek fella's name right, yeah, but you can't get Naseem's name right? How is that?
I'm sorry, man.
This was after the game on Wednesday night. Obviously, that has changed. So you will see only Man United has played 16 games. The rest of the top 4 or 5 has played 17 games. That is a very good sight to see. Just quickly, how far from that spot are we going to end? And remember your predictions earlier this season, the first show, Lenny and Des, you had a prediction in the show where we're going to end. So don't change.
I said top four and I got laughed at. I said top four and I got laughed at. And I think Lenny said top six. Did you, Lenny?
Top six, yeah.
You're not laughing now, though, are you? Not laughing now.
You feel the pressure.
I see where it's going, eh? So, I mean, I've got two answers for that. So, obviously, I'd love to end fourth. I'm not even going to say top four because that other three teams is just way above everybody else. So, that those City, Liverpool, Chelsea, they all sort themselves out. However, that order happens. But I think the fight is just for that fourth position. I'd love us to see us in fourth, but I would be happy for a top six finish. Anyway, in that top six, I'd be happy with it. But being realistic, yeah, top six would be fine. But yeah, getting that fourth position would be a very, very positive positive end to the season. Yeah, it would show that the process is working.
I mean, we already talking 21 games to still play. It's a lot of games to play. It's a lot of games to play. And I will stick to my prediction that we will not end higher than 8 or 7.
8 or 7?
Yeah.
I think this team is better than that.
Remember, the teams that we've played against and we won them, they all have, especially Norwich. Norwich has got a new team coach or manager, and we're playing them after the Leeds game. That's going to be a tough game.
Why?
We still have to play West Ham.
You do know Norwich is at the bottom of the table, and yes, everybody has said they're already gone. There's no hope back for them. And you worried about Norwich. No. Wait. You can't tell me. Yes, we should be beating Norwich. We shouldn't be worried about them. But
Norwich is pumping weights, man. They pumping weights.
We can lose. I mean, we've lost against simple teams. We've lost. I mean, our first game we lost against Brentford. We still need to play Brentford again.
Yeah, but Glenwyn, this is Glenwyn, my brother, listen to me for a second, right? This is where Arsenal have gone wrong this season, okay? Last season we were beating Man City. We were beating the top lads, yeah? This season, that's what I'm saying. Man City's going to be the tester because for us to stay in fourth, realistically, for us to stay in fourth, we need to beat Man City. We need to beat Chelsea. We need to beat Liverpool. Yeah? Because
let me ask you the question. Do you think we can beat them?
Yes, I do.
Can we beat them?
I do now. I think the team is strong enough, and if we get a goal scorer, and if we give Martinelli a chance, good evening, Gary, by the way. If we give Martinelli a chance, yeah, yes, anything's possible. We didn't think we were going to beat West Ham.
Exactly. Anything is possible. The same goes for the other teams. Anything is possible.
Exactly, so but we didn't think we were going to beat. I can remember us talking 2 weeks ago. We didn't even think we were going to beat West Ham. And we did.
We didn't know we were going to beat West Ham. Yes, we didn't know we were going to lose against Brentford. We thought we were going to.
No, I know. I know. I respect that, but you know, we've proved that we've got the team because we've come from 20th.
How many of our fans said that we're going to win United? How many of our fans said we were going to win United? And we lost against United.
So we played poor.
I know, but what I'm saying is, for example, like Naseem said, Norwich aren't going to go from 20th to 4th. You know, Newcastle aren't going to go from, well, I think Newcastle are 20th, aren't they? Newcastle aren't going to go from 20th to 4th, right? So it shows that Arsenal got.
But they can beat you on the day. They can beat you on the day.
But you can say that about any team. You can say that about any team, you know?
Yeah, realistically.
Good evening, Gary. How are you?
Realistically, we should be. Yeah, Norwich shouldn't be shouldn't be a problem, man.
No, it shouldn't be. I mentioned Norwich because they're a new team. I'm a new manager. Obviously there is a Villa. A Villa has got so much potential after Gerrard has gone there. So we're gonna have to worry about Villa as well. And of course, the other teams that we've won, they're also changing their way of style. So there's a lot of things. We can still lose games. We can still lose a lot of games. This is what Gary is saying. Just hang on quickly, Lenny. Enforcer, it requires 300 million to get there. Arsenal probably don't have 30 million. Gary, can you please elaborate on what you're saying there?
No, I get what he means. What he's saying is we need to spend 300 million to beat the teams like Man City, Liverpool,
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Gotta buy
which to a certain degree is true. But end of the day, we've proved that we've got the players now. All right, we're trying to clear out. Again, we call it deadwood. But let's be honest. If Auber's the way he's been, Auber is deadwood, right? If Laka doesn't sign a contract, he's going to go, right? The kid, Martinelli, has proven himself. So I'm trying to put a bit of passion into it, I guess. And I'm not disagreeing with Gary, but our back four at the moment is solid. Rock solid, yeah? You have to play well to get a goal past Ramsdale at the moment. As Naseem has said, he's in a purple patch. And we have to ride that purple patch as long as it lasts.
Yeah.
You know,
guys, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm very, very happy to be an Arsenal fan. But just to for the last couple of games, the history that we saw, and we were all very upset. And it came to the point where you, Des, has said Arteta out. We went 10 games unbeaten. And eventually we lost against United. Against Liverpool first. Then we beat Newcastle. We lost United. We lost Everton. So there we already saw that we can beat teams, but we can also be very, very stupid and go lose games that we're supposed to win. Like the United game. So
well, I'm not going to go back on what I said. I'll stick by what I said. But I'm Arteta out because I've had enough. There's all right. It was 10 games unbeaten. But the consistency is one of the reasons.
Exactly. So the consistency in the team is also something that I'm worried about. Therefore, we can lose. I'm not saying we're gonna lose against Norwich, but we can lose against Norwich.
Now, good afternoon, Gary. I believe it's afternoon your side, around about lunchtime now.
It should be about 2 o'clock there, Gary.
Yeah, it's about lunchtime your side. Glenn, now man, Leeds, we're gonna hammer Sunderland. We're gonna slap them because they're talking nonsense before the Carabao Cup draw was made. So we're gonna slap them. And Norwich, no man, you can't send budgies against our guns. So we're gonna shoot them.
These comments I'm gonna hold against these guys.
Remember, we spoke about with West Ham having a good run. We were talking about West Ham would be the test. Now we've passed West Ham. Now we're talking about Man City will be the test.
But the test
so once we pass Man City, then we're going to say the next one is the test. So
now Spurs is after Man City.
Every game is a test, Lenny, because West Ham was the test because West Ham, they played good football against the top guys. So we had to beat them to go to the next level. Now we are fourth. So the test is to maintain that position, at least around that position. So that is going to be a huge test. Our back five is solid. When do we get a purple patch from Partey and Xhaka pairing? Or do we wait until Arteta has to settle a zombie?
You see, just to break your word there again, Glenn, just to add on now, with Gunners playing tomorrow also, and we get that 3 points in the bag, it puts pressure on the teams that are still behind, that still needs to make up. I mean, United are 3 games behind us now.
They've got games
You
in
know,
hand.
games in
Spurs have
hand.
got 4 games
So
in
it's
hand.
big. Yeah, so it puts pressure on them. So if we can start collecting these 3 points, we can widen that gap. You know, it puts even more pressure on our opponents that are behind us. So, you know, so we're in a good space.
Gary, my friend.
The pairing that Gary's talking about here, Naseem, Partey and Xhaka. I mean, Xhaka's now in the team for the third game in.
Sure.
Have they played better than Partey and Zambi together?
No. I just think.
Gary, so there's your answer. So maybe Zambi's coming in tomorrow.
I doubt it.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to play Sambi Lukonga. I think he's going to stick with Partey and Xhaka.
Yeah, he will.
Lukonga will probably get a game on Tuesday night.
Yeah, but don't forget AFCON, eh? AFCON, Partey's gone. Partey will be leaving for AFCON.
Is AFCON still happening? Because there was talks it's not happening.
No, it's happening.
Can I just go back to Gary's last statement where, right, my opinion on what you said, Gary, is that we won't, I genuinely believe we will not get a purple patch out of Partey. We won't. We need to replace Partey for me. Seriously. I know I say it all the time, but I genuinely stick by what I say. But you're not going to get a purple patch out of Partey. He's like Glenn Hoddle. He's like Glenn Hoddle of Arsenal. You get the odd pass per game. You know what I mean? And yet,
yeah, guys, we really over our time. Just one thing here, Gary is saying that he can't believe that Arteta has decided, or Arsenal has decided that August time is over. I think he wants a comment from the guys. We have already spoken about this, Gary. I think you can go back and just go back and see what the guys' thoughts were on that. And as he's saying, the last comment there, it's Enforcer. Yeah, he's enforced it. That Partey needs to go. Gary, thanks for your loyal support. We'll have to have you on the show next week, Gary. Maybe you and Naseem, and I promised Warren also an international show with Des and the guys. But yeah, guys, it came to that point where just quickly your predictions for tomorrow's game.
3-0.
Not everybody together.
3-0.
Lenny 3-0.
Yeah.
Or should I say like Lenny say in his arm?
I think I'm also going to go with a 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, with all that players out, geez, maybe even 4-0, eh?
Okay. Mr. Enforcer, are you going to enforce your score?
I'm having an hour in between a 2-0 and a 3-0. 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when Arsenal fans are this confident, it ends in a draw or loss.
Oh my God, we're all doomed.
Look, at least nobody's got a name of Michael and a surname of Owen. Then you do. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-0. Yeah. Oh, Gary's also saying 3-0. Wow.
Yeah.
They say Arsenal will be 3-0 and we'll be upset.
The last time I saw this confidence was before the United game, and there was 2-0s and 3-0s going around. We all know what happened after that, eh?
Naseem, you made a fan there. Naseem, the voice of doom.
3-0, and we'll hit the post twice, so it should be 5-0.
Bring Nketiah and Oba on, and you'll hit the post, and you'll miss, and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for 2-0. I think I'm gonna back it up with a goal from Martinelli and a goal from Mr. Partey.
Partey.
Say what?
He couldn't hit a bar more.
Glenn,
I'm just funny with this.
Glenn, they've just replaced the light bulbs in the stadium. Where the heck is Partey going to score, man?
It will be Martinelli.
I tell you now, right? The pigeons around the Emirates wear crash helmets when Partey's playing.
Anyway, guys, Partey, Glenn, when you okay, get that. Gary, I will do that. Nah, it will be Saka and then Martinelli. That's going to be my 2 goal scorers. Sorry, Partey is not having a Partey.
I'm going to go for Martinelli, Odegaard, Laka, or Smith Rowe to score the third.
Just one thing. There's one desire I have. I've spoken to a friend of mine in a week. Is for Tommy to score.
Tommy Essen.
Yeah, for
that
Tommy
would be
to
cool.
score.
That would be cool.
I think he must
So
open his eyes wider
before tomorrow. Hey, Des, enforce it so he can score tomorrow.
Yep, it's enforced. He's going to score with a roundhouse kick. Boom!
All right, guys, your last thoughts, Lenny. Let's just hear something for you from anything that you want to share. You want to highlight the advertisement? You want to highlight whatever? Just your last thoughts.
No, I'm on holiday, so I'm okay.
Naseem, are you guys having a show on Monday?
Yes, we are having a show on Monday. It will be a review show on the last 2 games. It will be Wednesday night's game against West Ham, and we'll obviously review the Leeds game tomorrow.
Include Southampton.
Yeah,
If you need any help with that, Glenwood, get Glenwood on. He remembers the Southampton game.
Definitely will, yeah. But we stream it to the official Arsenal Cape Town Facebook page and as well as YouTube channel. So yeah, it's also around about 8 p.m. SA time. So come pop around and have a chat with the guys. Cool.
All right, there, Lenny. Not Lenny. Des, I will send you that link. If you want to watch it, you're welcome to.
I've just got something. I've got something I want to quickly share. Over here, we have a podcaster called James English. Okay, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's pretty big over here, and he's just interviewed Paul Merson, and the interview is about an hour and a half long. But would you like me to put it on the WhatsApp group?
Yes, you can.
Stick it on. Stick it on.
Yep. I'll sort that out for you in a minute, then, guys. Okay. Just that was it, Glenman. It's a Paul Merson interview. It's about an hour and a half long. There is a bit of language, but if you don't mind that, it's a good interview. So
I'll put the beeps there. I'll put the beeps there.
I don't know how you can support or watch Arsenal without the language coming.
Well, we're very restrained.
Fortunately for me, I can watch any game without the beep.
Oh no! I'm sure my neighbors knows when Arsenal plays.
Yeah. Guys, it was nice having you, and let's do it again. Gary already said now he's available for next week, so I'm gonna have a bit of a show for next week. But yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do. And please speak to your nephew about that thing that we spoke about.
Of course, yeah, we'll
also come onto the show But yeah, guys, thanks a lot, and I hope that you had a great time. I had a great time with you guys, like always. And yeah, please subscribe to Guna Matterz, and also go watch out for Naseem and his crew on Arsenal Cape Town supporters, the official supporters club of Cape Town. On a Monday night, normally at 8 o'clock. You're welcome to go watch there and subscribe to that channel as well. It's a lot of chat. There's a lot of new faces every week on the show. I enjoyed it the one time that I was on there, so please go check it out. So if you want to get hold of me, you can email me on gunamatters@gmail.com, and you obviously can put anything that you wanna say or do. You can put it on there. So yeah, without any further ado, let's say goodbye. Cheers, guys. Watch out.